First, I'd like to introduce Richard Petty, who's the president of Netstar, and he's got a few words to deliver to you.
What a lousy position to be in. I'm the thing that's separating you from further booze and food. That's even tough for Jerry Seinfeld. And no looking at this, okay, while I'm talking. I can still see over these lights. Listen, Bob's out in Vancouver, and I'll chat about that more in a minute. And he said, Richard, could you drop by? And he said, you can play baseball too. And I said, I'd love to, but we just finished doing a pitch to all of our advertisers on the CFL season, where we're going to be covering 40 games live. You'll be doing, I guess, all of them, right? All of them. And we're also introducing a new thing that you're going to see, actually, with our baseball event this Saturday, where we already have on TSN, Canada's most popular website in tsn.ca. You may also know that we own 35% of NTN, which is an interactive games company, and we're putting that interactivity on our website, and starting on Saturday, you'll be able to play Diamond Ball, an interactive game, along with Buck and Dan doing the game. And then, starting on the 23rd or the 24th with our first CFL game, you're going to be able to play what we call QB1 on each one. So we were telling the advertisers about that, and we think that's really going to help. We've just gone through, every company has a fiscal year. We just ended ours at the end of April. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about how you did. Netstar had a very good first year. We've bought the company and we've got new shareholders, and it's really critical that in the first year that you hit your plan. And that's what I keep reminding Bob and the entire team, is the way you get autonomy is by making your plan. And as a company we did it, and as a division, Dome Productions, you did it as well. Bob wrote a plan. Yes, well done. Bob wrote a plan, and actually I was reading it this afternoon again, and there was a quote in it that I'll share with you. He described fiscal 96, which was the year we just ended, for Dome, as a year of unprecedented growth in the midst of the most dramatic change since the company opened 7 years ago. And that's very true. And just thinking about the year, we moved Post into 49 Ontario Street. And then we created Dave. We constructed a business studio, and you kind of spoiled me because Bob originally said it was going to cost you $500,000 to do that, and you did it for about $100,000, and so now I figure you can do everything about 20 cents on the dollar, so that was really great. I'm having trouble reading all of this here. CCD cameras on both trucks, and actually, I think Casey and probably Bob, originally it was going to be one truck, and they came to me and said, I can get a really good deal if we buy all of them together, and I bought that, so we put them on all the trucks. But it's been great because I can see the difference in the quality, and it lowers costs, so that was a great move. What else did we do? We modified Studio 9 to handle the IMAX type post work, and as you know, IMAX is a very nice piece of business with us, and we're meeting with them to try to do even more business. And what else? And very importantly, near the end of the year, we entered the U.S. mobile business. I think we ended up I know we did some hockey games, and we did our first baseball game, and that's a really important initiative for us. Overall, we grew the profits of this division 18% this year. And if companies can grow profits 18%, that's really wonderful, and banks like you and investors like you, so it's great. The other thing is we've really invested a lot of capital, a lot of new equipment over the years in Dome, and I can remember a couple of years ago, George Taylor, when we were owned by Labatt's, and he was the president of Labatt's, was really worried whether we're going to get the return on investment. And if Wayne was here, he'd tell you what this means, but the return on average capital employed, and it's a ratio that we use. And to give you an idea, the capital that we've been investing in Dome so far, we're getting a return on investment of 19%, and that's really good. So now if Labatt still owned us, I could tell George Taylor that you doesn't have to worry about Dome anymore because they're really getting the return for the money we're putting in. So a great fiscal 96. Thank you very much. Now let's talk about fiscal 97, because in business, like a lot of things, it's what have you done lately? We're going for a 28% earnings growth in fiscal 97. And no problem. You hear Mal over here? No problem. And that same return on investment is going to jump to 30%. You are now the second most profitable division in all of Netstar. And I'll tell you, that bugs RDS big time. Anytime you get 28% growth, that's going to take a lot of work and a lot of great service by the team. But Bob and the team recommended it, and they recommended it this number for a number of reasons. Dave's up and running, and you're going to aggressively market that and make sure that you get it out to the agencies, and we capture that commercial post business. So that's going to be a big reason. The stadium business is also going to be a very important business. We're going to get the dollars out of the business studio, Studio 95, which we call it, and we want to get HealthSat up and running as well as soon as we figure out ExpressView and the likes of that. The mobile, Bob is actually in Vancouver right now, and he is buying a one-year-old truck, so it's brand new, from Aurora Productions. And we were kidding that whether, is Wayne with him? So I guess Wayne and Bob are going to drive it over the mountains tomorrow. I don't know. And Bob's got it for a good price, so we're going to go invest some money. And it's already a good truck, but we're going to upgrade that. And I think you got a fax from Bob? Why don't you read the fax? Wish I could be.
This is my comedy bit, so stand by. Actually, Paul Thomas is out there as well doing some due diligence, and he actually, I think, is going to end up driving the truck. But the fact says, please let everybody know how much Wayne and I would like to really be there. We've never actually played on Skydome turf, but of course, if we did, it probably would never be the same. He mentions that they're in Vancouver and asks Richard if that's the first major objective, can they get credit for it now? And unfortunately, obviously, when we planned this event, he'd hoped to be here, or Wayne and Bob had hoped to be here, but as all things in life, he says, we're unable to control our own destiny. I'm not sure that's true. Wayne also, by the way, at the very last minute, tried to add in the fact that there's a 2-beer limit, and because cost savings are instituted now, not later, and he does have someone actually counting the beer. He says, and it's going to come off all your paychecks, but we've actually found that person and kind of put a stop to it. So on behalf of Wayne and Bob and Paul and myself, I'd like to say thank you. I don't think you hear that quite often enough. Thank you for a year of hard work. Thank you for a year where Dome Productions was able to do what it said it was going to do. We achieved what we said we were going to achieve, and that's a big deal. And thanks for a year where working at a company, and this is now the end of my first year, where people actually come to work and sometimes play, but with an extraordinary amount of energy, competitiveness, and a really nice sense of humor. I kind of enjoy that. Richard talked about growth, and aside from a percentage number and a dollar number, I'm not sure what growth means to you, but since I've been at this company, growth has meant something to me that's been a little bit perhaps different. I've worked at a lot of companies. Some of you see my resume, it's way too long. But I've worked at companies where progress has been small and they've been plodding and so on and so forth. But the difference here and the difference in attitude and energy is astounding for me. This company, both Dome and indeed Netstar, is constantly improving. We're constantly looking for new things to do, new ways to do things. And what that does is it generates this kind of vortex. And that just attracts more people to come to our door with better ideas, more things to do, better things to do. And it just keeps growing and growing, and you keep getting more and more growth out of that. It's kind of like the chicken and egg thing, and I'm pretty sure we have both chickens and eggs. So it's real easy to make more chickens and eggs, So thanks again. It's the strength of all you folks in this group here that really makes the future of this company bright. And we really appreciate that.
So they are going to buy this new truck, and we have another one planned. I think it's fiscal 98. We plan to buy another truck, and Gordon and I have both said to Bob and the team,
Build, not buy.
Build, that's right, this is going to be a build. And we're open to, if we can find the right one, we're very open to a 5th truck. The mobile business is doing very well, and we are putting our money where our mouth is. But also, I've touched on the stadium, I've touched on mobiles, and I've touched on event. The transmission business has also had a very good year, and as we kind of expand internationally, we're looking for good things from that as well. So just to echo what Phil said, great year. You have accomplished what you said you would do, and I know on behalf of all of Netstar, thank you very much, and we look forward to you having that 28% growth this year. Have a good time, and now have dinner. Oh.
I got two more quick things here. First of all, for this evening, there was a bunch of people involved in setting it up, and I just want to make sure everybody knows who they are. Chris Budziak, Moheen Ramsey, Mary Ellen Carlisle, Patty Bradley, Frank Russo, Braz, Jerry LeGros, and from HR, Monique Burns. And of course, Sam Gardner. Sam, can you come up here? We have prizes for the winning team.
Well, not now, it doesn't, Mel. I hope everybody had as much fun as I did. I thought that was great, and I'd like to do that more often. Isn't that fun?